All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make this great white shark. Okay, great blue shark, really. But this was a model requested by a Leslie Jones. So Leslie, this shark's for you, this shark's for you. But I got to say, I had so much fun making this one. I also made a bluer shark, great bluer shark. Now I'm going to have shark war. Do, 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 do. All right, let me show you how this is made. Okay, this is the follow along tutorial, so I will go slow enough that you should be able to follow along. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with a square sheet of paper. We'll rotate it so this corner to corner. And I'm going to take this upper corner and I'm going to fold it down here to the bottom. So I'm going to align this really good. I'm going to make sure I got a good alignment before I crease it down. Okay. Now once I think I got this really good, I'll go ahead and crease that. And I'll go all the way down. Now what we're looking for here is I want to make sure these corners are good. Because the corners are important in this model. And we're going to open it, rotate it. So now we have a vertical line. And then we're going to fold it with this top corner onto the bottom. So I want to get a good alignment here. And then I will crease it down. Then we're going to open this up and we should have these valley folds going corner to corner. What we're going to do now is we're going to take this edge here and I'm going to fold it along this center crease, but I'm going to make sure that point comes or I get a good point. So put this on the crease line. I'm going to just kind of knock the paper down, and when I'm happy with it, I will then crease it. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to take this edge, fold it down, lining that up. Make sure it comes to a good point. And then I will crease that down. Now I'm going to reinforce these creases since we are going to need them. Okay. Now I'm going to open up this sheet. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to take this edge here, fold it along the center crease. Sometimes you can lift the other side if you need to see the crease a little better. Whoa. And once you're happy with that, go ahead and crease that down. If you need to make any adjustments, now's the time. Okay. I needed a little adjustment. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing with this side. So I'm going to lift this up, line that up, check my tip, and then I will crease that down. We'll give that a good crease. Then I'm going to open this up. Now I got this piece of paper with all these creases on it. So what I'm going to do is this crease here and this crease here. See those? I'm going to fold these back down. This flap is going to stick up, and that's okay. So we're going to fold this down, and I'll run my finger to make sure it comes all the way up here. Then I will lay this down to along the top, right along the side, crease this paper underneath. I'll lift up this flap, I will fold it down, align it on that, and crease that down. Nice, right? This little flap, it's sticking down. Then we're going to do the same thing to this side. So I'm going to lift this, fold those down, make sure our creases are happy, paper is not binding. Then I'm going to fold this down on the top, crease the paper underneath, lift up this flap, and fold it on the bottom. Okay, so now with the flaps down, what we're going to do is I'm going to take this point and I'm going to match it up with this point. And when that's aligned, I will crease it down. So take that, go all the way down, and crease it. And reinforce that crease. All right, so now we got this guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this point of this upper flap and we're going to go about halfway up. We're going to keep it centered. So the crease is going to stay on the crease. The point stays right on the middle. And then I will crease this down and reinforce that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift up this flap and I'm going to fold it down, but I'm only going to give a little bit here. So you'll see, I guess got a little bit there. Just going to fold back and that's all we need. Go ahead and crease that down. Make sure we've got a good reinforcement on this crease. So we're going to need that now. So now we lift up this here. This is going to be the top fin of our shark. So we're going to open this up, these two pieces of paper, and then right where that crease is, that's going to be our pivot point. So we are going to open this up, and I'll do one at a time so you can see it. And there's our pivot point right at that crease. And then we will squish it down. That's all we're going to do, just squish it back down. Now we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to open this up. And it doesn't always like to open. I don't know about you, but it seems to be difficult to get this other side. Okay. So I'll open that up. And I'll make sure that's out. And I will crease that down. So this is what it looks like at this point. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over. We'll make it point to the side. All right. So there's two creases here. There's one going all the way down the center that way, and then one going from corner to corner that way. See if I can get that for you. Hopefully you can see that. What we're going to do is I'm going to take this point and I'm going to keep it along this crease line, but I'm not going to go all the way to the center. So I'm going to give it a little space, about that much, and then I will crease this down. Okay, so and then I'm going to rotate it. We're going to do the same thing on this side, but what I want you to note before you do that is the space you have from that center crease to where you folded that point. Because we want to keep that much space on this side. So we're going to fold this down. We're going to take this corner, and it helps to hold that paper down so you can see the space. You can go, oh, okay, right about there. When you think you got it, go ahead and crease it down. You can always double check. Not super critical, but this is going to affect the mouth of your shark, which is what we're going to be working on next. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to take this edge here on both these sides, then we're going to fold them along this center crease. So I'm going to take that, fold that down, and crease that down, just like that. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And crease that down. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this corner here, and I'm going to fold it out. I'm going to put a crease down here using this corner here as a pivot point. So I'll do the first one and I'll show you. So I'm going to use that as a pivot point. I use my fingernail to kind of guide that. And then I will fold this so that it goes way beyond that line. You see that? Okay. So just use that corner as the pivot point. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm slowing down so you can catch up if you're behind, but I'm going to go ahead and start this one. So right to that corner, and I'm going to use this point here where it comes together. That's going to be where I make sure I fold that, because I want these to be the same spot, because this is the mouth. We're actually forming the bottom part of the mouth. Okay, so at this point, this is what we have. This is what your paper should look like. All right, I'm going to pick this up. So you'll notice that there's a little flap of paper here. What we're going to do is we're going to fold it from that point to where the paper starts to come out from underneath the bottom. I'm just going to fold this back, just like that. Okay? We're going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to lift this flap and fold that down. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, this is the trickiest part, but once we're through this, we're home free. We're on easy street. I'm going to take this edge of the paper here, and I'm going to fold it along this edge. And I know a lot of this paper is already folded, so it gets a little bunchy. So we're going to crease it down. We'll fold it. And believe it or not, it looks like a little fold, but it's kind of important. So I folded it, looks like this. These two edges match, they're on the same, they're aligned. Now I'm going to lift this flap here, take that paper we just folded, I'll make sure that goes right on that edge. We fold this, and we're going to actually reverse that crease line. So this is what it looks like. This is the inside. See that paper folds inside? That's what we're doing. We're going to do the same thing to this side. So I'm going to lift that. And feel free to pause the video here, because I know this is where you can get behind. It's really easy here. So I'm going to fold this back. Lift this tab, that paper back. We're going to reverse that fold. Fold that guy back. So this is what it looks like as you're facing down. This side. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to flip the paper over, and we're going to actually work on the side fins. So we're going to pinch one side here. We're going to grab this flap. We're going to twist and pull it. Okay, so we're going to twist it like this. Pull it down. It's going to come right to a point here where the paper can't be pulled anymore. So you're going to pull it there. Then it's going to come out, and you're just going to crease it down. All right. We're going to do the same thing to this side. So I'm going to pinch this side, pull this out. Paper can't go anymore. I'm matching up our fins, and I will crease that down. Okay, so at this point, we're going to fold this guy down. Fold that down, and see the mouth? The mouth starting to form. I'm going to just help the tail out here. All right, next we're going to work on this upper fin. So what we're going to do is we're going to pinch down here. Up here, we're just going to kind of give it a little pinch and pull it up. Just like that. Pull it up and squeeze it down. That's it. All right. So for the tail, what we're going to do is I'm going to take this edge here, and I'm going to fold it between that fin and right here where the paper starts to make this turn. but I'm not gonna crease it hard. I'm just gonna do one crease, but not reinforce it. Let's open this up. We'll go to the bottom. What we're gonna do is we're gonna push this tail in. And this crease that we just made, one of the creases is gonna fold in nicely, the other will not. So we're gonna have to help that out. We'll force that around. And you can either just match that up, or you can work on that valley fold and crease that first, then line it up. Whatever works easier for you. This one, we can do the same thing. So we're gonna fold it back right along. We're gonna take this edge, fold it along this crease here. Give that a little pinch, open this up, open up, and it's the same thing. One of these creases is nice, the other one needs help. And that should fold pretty nicely. Okay, we're almost done. Let's finish the tail. So with the tail, we're gonna go in the back, we're gonna open this up, and you'll get this nice diamond. We're gonna take this upper flap and we're gonna fold it down and put a crease line right on those corners. So we're gonna come all the way down and crease that. Then we're going to fold this back up, trying to keep it as center as possible, and crease that down. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold down one side, we're gonna lift up this flap, and then we're gonna take this edge, and then we're gonna fold it along this edge here. The good news is it's not super critical. So if you fold that up and you're a little off, it's okay. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. Take that flap and fold that up. And once you have that, you can close the tail, and the tail is done. Now for the side fins, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold them up right where that paper meets and that corner. So we're just gonna fold those up, and we'll crease that down. We'll flip it over. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. So we'll lift that up, crease that down. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just kind of reshape those. So we're gonna pull those down. And that's it. That is the origami shark. This model does stand. You can make a whole bunch of these and have a little swimming little fish tank. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Please click the like and subscribe, share this with your friends, and comment. Let me know how you did. I'll talk to you next time.